Hey, friends. Wait, am I plugged in? I might not be plugged in. Ignore this. Can you hear me? You might be able to hear me. Now. Nope. Hold on. We're going to do this. Can you hear me? Everyone, give me a thumbs up. Hi, it's Rashida. Toot, toot, toot. I think you can hear me. Yes. All right, that is working. I'll get my other microphone plugged in. Perfect. Okay, friends. Hey. Hey, Iona, Shauna, my mommy, who is not in Merida, but asking me when I'm coming to Merida. Carmisha, yes. Stephanie, Mika, Wendy, Divine Black Rose, Pamela Jones, Danielle Sharif, Aspen, not Sierra. I saw you on Twitter today. Hey, Aspen. Joanna, Jennifer, Valerina, Kayla, Janice, Pamela. The Oprah of leveling up. Okay, girl. Okay. Yes, I'm still in Mexico. Yeah, I saw your rant, Aspen. It was a baby rant. I'm trying to figure out why my microphone isn't actually doing what it wants to do, what it's supposed to do, what I'm paying it to do. So while I figure that out, because the thing I plugged in thinking it was my microphone is not actually my microphone. That's why. All right. So we're here for Ask Me Anything. Hi, if you're new here on Sunday evenings, but I was I was getting ready to get on a plane this morning. So I couldn't go live this morning. So I'm here now. We're going live. A rare Sunday evening live. Let me see if I can raise this chair. I tried to raise it and I went down. Life has been lifing lately. Life has been lifing. So I'm here. Talk to you about anything. I didn't have a topic, so I was like, let's do an Ask Me Anything. And then I talked to my business bestie, Miss Stephanie Perry, and she said, show us the pictures from your trip. Because today I got back from Baja California, Sur, so southern. Child, these spammers here already. Maybe anybody finding love on your new dating site. For the past weekish, I've been in Baja California, West Coast, California. And I stayed in a national park, camped on a beach. The island is called Espiritu Santo, and it was one of the best vacations I've ever been on. And y'all know me, I'm not a camper. But this trip truly was like, I'm a camper now. I'm a glamper now. I am a glamper now. So I'm so excited to talk to you guys about this. I'm going to create actual content about it, but today I'm going to give you a sneak preview of some photos. And I see you guys asking questions in the comments. Janae's making a latte. Baby, it's bedtime. How are you making a latte? It's 7 o'clock. I'm dying to go to sleep. You making a child. You making a latte now? I was not in the woods. I was on the beach. We stayed in tents on the beach. Y'all, I swam with sea lions. I was in a small boat. There were 7 campers. And a couple staff people with us. And so it's a small boat. and we saw dolphins. So we went out when we were swimming. When we were done swimming with the sea lions, we saw dolphins. So we were like, let's go see the dolphins. And the dolphins surrounded our boat and swam with us, and like swam beside us as we were like, the captain picked up speed, and the dolphins were like, we doing this, right? And so they're swimming beside us and like jumping out of the water and blowing their little blowholes and splashes in the face. And it was like, this is life. Like this is I'm like these dolphins. I don't know where the dolphins were taking us, but I was going. I was going with the dolphins. I was like, this is wherever it is. We saw, okay, so it's not whale season yet, but we saw whales. Magic. Belinda, Auntie Lubis was in Baja California. I'll make in the next month, I will give you all the details because it's like there's stuff to know that deserves its own video. But let me show you some photos. Yes. Janae says the luxury vagabond says taking you where the black mermaids are for real. They nicknamed me the 7-year mermaid because so for those of you that were with me in Cancun for the Exodus trip in June, I had we'll call it a mild anxiety attack when we went snorkeling. I was very uncomfortable with the situation. It was safe, but I was wearing a new mask. There was a lot going on. I was uncomfortable. I told the crew that I was uncomfortable. Like I was like, I want to snorkel, but my last time wasn't really great. And I get very anxious when I go snorkeling. And so I told them that like I get anxious and I just want to make sure that like you guys are aware that like they were like, okay, so how about we bring they brought like the life preserver in the water with a rope and they were like, just hold on to it, we'll pull you around. And I was like, wait. They're like, no, like just hold on to the life preserver and we'll take you swimming with us, like we'll just pull you to the sea lions. And I was like, no, I can we were in life vest and it was good. It was like quiet. It was just the 6 of us in the area at the time. I was like, no, I mean, I can swim. They were like, okay, well, when you want the life preserver, just let us know. And so every time we went snorkeling, even if I didn't feel like I needed it, they brought the life preserver and kept it like, always knew where I was and always kept it around me so that if I got anxious, like I could just reach out and hold on to it and be okay. Know that like they will pull me back to the boat. Like I can quit, right? I can quit in this moment if I want to, because they will get me back to the boat. And it was really, really like, it changed my experience of snorkeling. The last day we went snorkeling, everybody else was back in the boat and I was like, I'm fine. I went from being like, I need to be near you and I need to be near this life preserver to the guides getting back on the boat and being like, I guess she'll tell us when she's ready. And I think I was in there for a long time. So they nicknamed me the mermaid of 7 years because I said I was in the water for like 7 years after them. Because it was just like, so that was like the transformation I had like, there was so much transformation on this trip. Like I said, separate video, so much transformation, but it went from things like, I don't like snorkeling. I get very anxious to be like, and I need to be very close to someone who can rescue me if I need to be rescued, to being like, oh, y'all back in the boat? Okay, I'll be fine. I'm out here. So it was such a great experience. Any hoodle. Just knowing that they were supportive, really, and like I think we went snorkeling 3 times, and from the first time to the last time was a whole different experience. But like the first time was with sea lions, who were like swimming up to you and playing, and like hanging out. Like, hey girl, what you doing? Let's swim. Okay. All right. So it was really, really cool. I have a new husband. Well, my husband has a wife. He actually said he has 3. He says I can't tell if he says he has 3 women concurrently or he had 3 women consecutively. I'm unclear. but there's a fisherman. There are fishermen who live out on the island who've been there for. That fisherman had been there. He's 62 and he's been on the island for over 40 years. They have a camp and they live out on the island. And he has a wife who lives in town, but he doesn't have a woman at camp. And he was looking for a camp woman. Fish all day. He says he cooks too. I mean, ew. Shadow wants to know if he's seeking a third wife. He claimed us all. There were 6 women, and he claimed us all as his wives. But I'm the one who went to their island. I paddleboarded to their island. Because look at me, bold and brave in the water. I paddleboarded across this little, not far, to the island. And I went and I checked it out to see what my living accommodations would be. It wasn't glamping. But that could be the new man. New man. Okay, Monica got anxious in Cancun too and turned around. I turned around real quick to that boat, and the boat was far. And I was like, I don't like this. I don't feel right. So, no. All right, so let me show you guys the pictures. And then I'll go back. Good y'all, girl. Good y'all, girl. Listen. I think he's one of the photos. So let me see how I think I can share these. Present. Not slides. Share screen. Window. Chrome tab. No, that's not it. That's not it. I'm going to figure it out, y'all. I'm going to be his part-time lover. You just wait. Y'all just wait and see. Hold on, let me figure out what I'm doing real quick. I should have done this before we went live. If you're new here and this is the first time, hi, my name is Rashida. I go live. I talk to my friends on the internet. I am a career break coach. And I live in Mexico City. And I have a really beautiful community of women who like to get together and chat on the internet. That's what we're doing. So this went straight to like story mode because y'all know I love to talk. So let's see if I can get this to work. It's not doing what I want it to do. Extra camera. Oh no. That's not working. I believe wife number 1 is in a paid apartment. I believe wife number 2 through 6 would have to find other accommodations. Okay, let's see what this looks like. I think I might have to open all of these one by one. Why is this like this? Why is this happening the way I don't want it to happen? I know what I can do. I can preview. Boom. Can I preview? Boom. Yes. Let's make this super big. Let's get this. No. I'm trying to do this in a Finder window. But like, okay, I think this is going to work. Now I'm going to have to rock with me real quick. Okay, so it's going to be an ugly share. Yes, Elle, I'm joining a harem. Wait a minute, y'all. Real quick. Can y'all talk to my mama? Can y'all talk to my mama, please? And tell her to act right. Can y'all tell her to have some act right? I don't. Please. What do I do with this? What do I do with this? All right. Okay. So now we're going to share. It's going to be kind of an ugly share, but y'all work with me. Let's do this. Let's do this. And we're going to share screen. We'll see what this looks like. Share. Okay. Yeah. Kind of, I want to make this bigger. So this is Lauren, Outdoorsy Diva. And we have been online friends for a couple years, and we've never met before. So this is our first time meeting, and I'm very excited about that. It was very nice to meet Lauren. Do you guys know her? Do you follow Outdoorsy Diva? You should be following her. She is Outdoorsy Diva on IG. I'm going to drop her handle on IG. Hey, Roxanne. Oh, no. Ignore the second U in that. It's only one U. All right. This is the drive through La Paz to where we were going. Like, this is where we got on the boat to go to the island. Isn't it beautiful? Bethany Berry spent some time in La Paz, and I believe she did not come back with photos to show, even though she told me to share my photos online. I don't think she came back with photos to show. So I did not know what to expect. And it was an amazing, like, whoo, the water's so beautiful. Roxanne is saying it is gorgeous in La Paz. La Paz is I flew into Cabo, San Juan de Cabo, I think. And then I got here and I just like, oh, not what I wanted to do. Fell in love. My computer's computering in a way I don't want it to. All right. Next, the drive. Lots of cacti. Beautiful. You'll get better photos later. So these are some of the people on the trip with me, along with Lauren and some other people. This is Carissa and Caro. They both work for the company that we went with. That's the water on the way out. This is our boat ride out to the island. This is the water. And these are our camps. So the water is here and we're camped. These are our tents right there. The tents had mattresses. So we weren't like on a cot or on a sleeping bag. They actually had real life mattresses in the tent for us. So glamping. It was not rough. Here's the tent. That's one of our guides, Edgar. Here's our photographer, Hassan. The dolphins. Wait, does this one play? This one plays. Hold on a second. Let's see if it'll play here. Look at that. It's so magical. Look at that. So I have a lot of footage of this, but this look at the dolphins on repeat. It's so magical. Look at that. Y'all see that? Y'all see that? Them dolphins were, whoo! It was very, very exciting. Okay, what's next? Oh, we're back at the beginning. I don't know how that happened. They let me drive the boat. They let me drive the boat. Let's see. Let's hide this. Come here. Oh, this is another video. I'm actually like, I'm talking to the. I'm videoing. All right. So how's it feel to be captain? Feels good. Master. Driving the boat, which happened for a while. And then I was like, oh, I'm not wearing a life vest and I'm supposed to be wearing a life vest. And they wanted me to go pretty fast. And I was like, you know what I'm not going to do? Drive a boat faster than I'm comfortable with other lives on board. So let me step down and let the captain go. That's not the captain beside me. That is Manuel, one of our guides, who was very, very excellent. And we adored him. This is kind of what the scenery looked like on the way, like passing through the islands. Lots of like really layered geological formations. That's the best I can do, y'all. Y'all know I don't do rocks and stuff. That's the best I got for you. Okay, so Roxanne says, where are you going with the purse? Funny. I told you guys last week I was feeling sick. I was having some eye irritation. So the black bag is all like meds because I'm not about to be out to sea and need eye drops and not have them. And this is like the snakeskin bag is like equipment, like my phone and like a small video camera. And the black bag is I carried a meds bag and it had sunscreen and like cortisone cream in case I got bitten by bugs. But the girl stays ready for anything. Angel wants to know why I'm having fun without her. You are on my list. We are definitely doing this again. We doing this, like, this is an experience I need to repeat. So, if you in the phone and if you have my number and you can text me about this trip. We doing it. Speaking of trips, Marrakesh. All right now. This was a sample, like this is an example of a camp that the fishermen live in. You can see all these turkey vultures around. All the black birds are turkey vultures, or so I was told. Y'all know I do not know birds. I do not know birds. I do not know fish. If it swims, if it flies, I don't know what it is. But I heard these are turkey vultures. And the fishermen weren't there right now. The water is very, very shallow at this point. We had to raise the motor on our motorboat to get through it. We couldn't have the motor down because it's so shallow. You get out and walk, except it's stingray territory. We were like, can we get out and just walk here? And they were like, there's stingrays. Like, you could, but we don't think you should. So that was, it was fun going around the island and seeing them. I think these guys, the guys who live here, are 92 and 97, maybe. They've been fishing on the island for over 60 years. They keep a camp here and live in La Paz. They go to La Paz to sell their fish and to, if the weather gets really bad, like there's a hurricane coming in, they go to La Paz. They can't like pull up. If they stop fishing, they lose the right to fish there. So they're grandfathered in now and they stay there. This is like their fishing base camp. But if they ever say like, I'm done fishing, like apparently it's what I gathered is like their whole family line loses, like somebody, you can pass it down in your family, but like, if you're like, nah, I'm good. If like it's always the sons, right? So if your son doesn't want to fish and wants to do something else, then like the thing that's been in your family for generations is gone. So they always, like, these guys are 90 something and they stay there. Yes, this place, the sky in Baja California was like, oh wow, this is life. This is real. Okay. This is what it looked like. This is the front of our boat, just kind of meandering through the island. You see how shallow it is right there? I think we were so close to that camp. This is us. Yes, we're eating there. We were just coming through the camp. And we had gone snorkeling, I think, earlier that day. Look at this. Look at the raw. Everything was just so beautiful. This is our second camp, our first campsite. I think this is our first campsite. This is our first campsite. We moved camps because of the wind. So they're not allowed. This is a national park. And so they used to have permanent base camps, but in order to, there are new requirements by the government that you're not allowed to have permanent camps and you're not allowed to stay at camp anywhere more than 2 or 3 days. And so we camped in one place for 1 day and it was going to be too windy there. So we moved our camp to another location for 2 days. And this is the first camp. And they have paddle boards and kayaks. And this is our bathroom. And this is our shower. And these are our tents. We'll talk about the bathroom. Y'all know how I feel about outhouses. But this was actually pleasant. It was pleasant. I'm giving y'all all this. And there's going to be real content about it. Oh my God. Okay, so these are butter clams. And this is Manuelito's hands. We went snorkeling. And one of our guys, Edgar, went to the bottom, saw a clam, got it, came up with it, and then him and Manuel were like, well, if we can find clams, let's have clams for lunch. And so they free dove, so they're like diving with no like just just a snorkel mask, holding their breath, diving down to the bottom, and coming back with clams. You're allowed to get clams there because there are a lot of clams and they reproduce and all. It's not a problem. And they came back with clams, put them in the boat, drove to camp, and then we had clams as our appetizer for lunch. And it was like these things were in the ocean less than an hour ago, and now they're in my belly. And it's like the best. I'm not a clam fan, but these were the best I've ever had. They were amazingly fresh, well prepared. And we saw, like, you could see while we were snorkeling, we saw them like clamming. Is that the word? Oh no, it was amazing. And this is the clams prepared. There was a little soy sauce, a little hot sauce, cilantro. I think that might have been it. And lime. Oh my God. They were so fresh. And it doesn't taste fishy. It like kind of absorbed the flavors of the things that were put on it. It didn't have a strong taste at all. Magic. All right, now let me tell y'all. Watching a man dive to the bottom of the ocean to bring you back food, and then making his way to the kitchen to prepare that food, and then bringing you a plate of food. Okay. All right. We're going to leave it there. It was magic. Janae asked if the water in La Paz was cold. No, it was warm. We had wetsuits. We never wore them. It was amazing. All right. So that's Lauren and me. There we are again. Me and my new husband, my fisherman husband. This one is 62. His name is, I remember his brother's name. I think his name is Leon Ray. It's not Leon. It's something with an L. But his brother's name is Manuel. I don't remember why I remember his brother's name and not his. They call him the Frog. Oh, that's everything. No one there has a real, like, they don't know each other's real names. They've been calling each other nicknames so long, but they were like, I don't know. Like, there are, all the fishermen on the island know each other. A lot of the guides, they all know each other, but they know each other by their nicknames. And when they're like, what's your name? Like, I don't know what your name, like, everyone has a nickname. So we all got nicknames at the end of the trip. We went on a hike because there's a desert portion as well. And we went hiking a little bit there. It was challenging because it was up rocks, but it wasn't the elevation. It was like, y'all know these knees don't do what they used to do. So it was challenging in that way. That's Edgar, and I'm his favorite, no matter what he tells anybody else. Edgar, if you ever watch this, we both know I'm your favorite. All right. And that's Manuel. Manuelito, because there's a bigger Manuel. This was where we were hiking. So you can go snorkeling, and we went kayaking and paddleboarding and hiking, and there was just so magic. This is Carissa, one of the guides, in a photo that I took that I really love. I love this photo of her. I did that. And this was our way down. Look at that. Y'all, do you see this? Do y'all see this? Yes, Monica Adelina, I forgot my husband's name. He don't need a name. That's my man. I don't know their names. I don't know their names. He's the Frog. I went over to their island and I saw they were cleaning fish, and they had a big, like, a manta ray, but I only saw like half of it. It was an interesting experience. Look at this, y'all. Look at this. Y'all see this? When I give you the full content, all of it. So you can see the moon peeking out behind the canyon. Gorgeous. And this is us getting back to civilization. This is the last day we were leaving the island. This is back in La Paz. We made our way back to La Paz to go to Todos Santos. So we left from La Paz, but we stayed in Todos Santos. So I left from the airport today, basically the Cabo airport, and the airport in Los Cabos. And I was in the bathroom. Y'all know, if I see a Black woman, I'm gonna be like, hey, you don't have to hey back, but if I see you, I'm gonna give you the hey. So I'm in the bathroom, washing my hands. There's another Black woman washing my hands. I start talking to her. We have been following each other on Instagram for years. It's Rosie Bell from the Beach Bell. We figured it out like, oh, that's you. And it was insane. We're both coming from trips at the same time. The airport is this big. So we hung out. My flight left first. So she hung out with me at my gate before I left. And it was just like insane. The world is so small that we're both like leaving trips, checked in, like ready to go in the airport at the same time. And we went through security together. It was just like, this was supposed to happen. So two people that I have online relationships with, I now have in-person relationships with from this trip. One was completely unexpected. I'm very excited. Y'all know I love making real friends from online friends. All right, and that was the trip. Much more to come, much more details. Y'all will get it all. But I thought you might want to see some photos. Oh my God, it was so exciting. Okay, so this is supposed to be an Ask Me Anything session. So ask me anything. Janae wants to know how far the boat ride is. That's a good question because it depends on the wind and the sea conditions. The boat ride was about 40 minutes to an hour to get from La Paz to the island. But the island is islands. There are islands, 9, 7, something. It's not far out, but it has a long footprint north and south. So we were on a boat sometimes for I think more than an hour, going from one place to the next. So, all right, I've collected some questions. We're gonna get there. Kenya says, nice pics, new iPhone. That's what it is. I got a new iPhone. Shoshana, I will leave asking about the price of a trip. I will leave details about that in another complete video so you have the entire context. This is just like a little teaser because I don't have anything to talk about. Did I go inland to La Paz just to drive through to get to Todos Santos? Y'all know me. I went camping and I came back excited. Y'all know this. Excited about camping. Very strange, but it was a great experience. Oh, we didn't talk about the bathroom. It was a bucket system, but the magic of sawdust meant that it never smelled. It was a small group. It was always clean. The buckets were emptied frequently. After you went, there was a bucket with sawdust, and after you went to the bathroom, there was a toilet seat. You put sawdust over anything you left behind. And it never smelled. Everything was emptied. It was good. It was good. So even though I am opposed to outside toilets and outside showers, I did both this weekend and I would do it again. This is good. If you want to get blocked, you could just say that. Shoshana, you could just say, please block me. We don't have to play these games. We don't have to. We don't have to do this. I see. Yes, like a composting toilet. Yeah, no, it really was I say this as someone who's like, what's the toilet situation before I go anywhere? Like if I'm in a restaurant, I won't be the first one. Like if I'm going to friends, I come back and tell me what that toilet doing. Is it clean? Should I set foot in there? Always clean. It was nice. It's not a nice bathroom. It's outside. Going to the bathroom under a starlight, right? But it was good. It was good. And it was not smelly, which was my initial concern. All right, let me see the questions. Yes, the sunset there was the sunset and the sunrise. And there was one night where like I woke up early enough that I could see I was up in the middle of the night, so I could see, and I stayed awake for a while. I could see the moon setting over the water, just going down right over the water. We going again. Already, like I didn't tell Stephanie, but she going with me. Now, y'all know Stephanie. I'm gonna make her go. She coming. It's gonna be great. All right. I saw some questions. I didn't grab them all, but let's start with the Q&A of the Ask Me Anything. If you came for the Q&A and not for the story time, and you're like, why did it take so long? Because that's what we do. And you can always fast forward or press that X and watch something else. Cheers. All right. Shauna's question was, are you planning to pursue residency in a second country? No, I'm not planning on it now. Things might change. I might in the future. I have residency in 2 countries, US, Mexico. I can get citizenship because of my West Indian heritage. I can get citizenship in a number of other countries. It's work. It's work. I don't know. It's not like it hasn't been important to me at this point. Residency in Mexico is not necessarily because as like an escape from the US. It's more like I want to know that whenever I want to be here, I can be here. And so I'm here. So yeah, that's what that's about. Roxanne, we've never talked about this before. My mom is from Jamaica. My dad's from Antigua. They met in London, and that's where I was born. So what about the stars? Lauren described it out there. Lauren described it as a planetarium. They were out there like, so the guides and the star people, were like, oh, there's Mars. Is that Jupiter? Okay, so that's Pleiades over there. And if you look there, and I was like, baby, that's a dot in the sky. Like, that dot is what? And that dot is different from okay. But them star people, they were out there spotting, doing. And I was like, all right, let me know, because I don't know. I don't know them star people. My mom's reminding me that I'm a citizen of the UK, which I don't have a passport or anything, so I would have to do work. I have my birth certificate is from the UK, but that's in storage for the past 5 years. So I would have to do work to get for it to be acknowledged. I couldn't just show up and be like, hey, y'all, I'm a citizen. I don't think I could. I think if I did that, they'd be like, who are you? You've been here twice in 40-some years? Go away. Yeah, so someone said that's what apps are for identifying stars and stuff. Yes, except I forgot to tell you guys this. We had absolutely no service on the island. If you go to the island, you are connecting with nature. You are connecting with the people you are with. absolutely no service. The people, like, because they had to do some work to figure out like what the wind is doing to see if we're going to be okay camping here or what the weather's doing, the guys would have to take their phones out on a boat and take the boat out to a place where they could get reception. And yeah, otherwise, that Star app, if you need the internet for that Star app to work, and I think the Star app that someone out there had, they needed the internet for it to work. It wasn't working because, oh no, not every once, my phone was on airplane mode the whole time, but other people who, if I took it off airplane mode, every once in a while, like a text would come in, but like once a day, there'd be enough service out there for text to come in. Otherwise, it was like this. I'm one of those people that I hate. If I want to respond to something, I get really frustrated if the infrastructure is not allowing me to process the way I want to. So I was like, it's easier for me to just leave it off than to see something I want to respond to and be like, why aren't you going through? I need this message to go through. Well, since I wasn't getting any messages, I didn't need any messages to go through. So if you've emailed me since last Sunday, I think, I don't know about it. I don't know, last Monday? I don't know. I came back and I was like, oh, there's drama on Twitter. Oh, I missed all of that. It's not over, but I missed all of it. So yeah, it was good. The no service part was, I didn't realize how much I needed that. And so turning that off and having, no service and some time just to connect with people, make new friends, new husbands. It was good. It was good. All right. Mika says, I want another full focus planner. Do you get them shipped to Mexico? I don't get anything shipped to Mexico. I don't know how y'all do it. I don't get anything shipped to Mexico because when you get things shipped here, they open your package. If it's not, you can get it shipped through Amazon. Amazon will get through. Apple products I've gotten shipped and they come through no problem. Everybody else, they open your package and then customs writes a number on the box. And that number on the box is the amount you have to pay to get the box from whoever shows up with the box whenever they show up. When are they going to be there? Who knows? Are you going to be home? Who knows? Are you going to have cash on hand because they're not taking cards? Who knows? But you're not going to get that box until you give the person the cash to release it from customs because there's like the duty fees coming. You pay that in cash when the person comes to deliver it. I don't get anything shipped. Everything I need, I'm like, send it to a friend's house. Like if a friend's coming down, I'll send something to them and have them bring it down with them. Or I will, I'll go up and pick stuff up. I'll send something to a friend's house and they go up and pick it up and bring it down with me. I'm not getting stuff shipped here unless I know it's an expert shipper. But like I wanted something for this trip and Amazon Mexico, because Amazon Mexico and Amazon US don't operate the same. So Prime, if you have American Prime, it doesn't work in Mexico. So I had American Prime, it doesn't work in Mexico, so I got rid of it. I don't have Mexican Prime. What I wanted was going to be shipped from the US. I ordered it on October 21st. I was leaving November 6th. No, today's November 6th. I was leaving November 1st. I left November 1st. I was October 21st, November 1st. I was like 10 days. That should be enough time. Amazon Mexico was like, if you pay $30 in shipping, you can get it between November 7th and November 12th. When I ordered it on October 21st. If I pay $30 in shipping, I can get it in the middle of November, even though I ordered it late middle October. If you don't pay this $30 in shipping, you get it in November, you get it in December, you get it whenever. I ordered it on Amazon in the US to send to Lauren's house. Cheaper price, and it came the next day. I was like, just when you come down, bring this with you, please. Thank you. Cheaper price, and it came down. It arrived at your house the next day. Okay. So I don't like playing them reindeer games, but like, when does it show up? We don't know. What we have to pay when it arrives. Amazon, I haven't had to pay any duty fees when it arrives. They tell you in advance what that's going to be. But like, the price was more expensive, and then $30 on top, and it was arriving later than it would have in the US. No, I'm not doing that. All right, Jewel. Wait, let me go back to the comments, see if I missed anything. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom. Hey, Asia. Hey, we have to catch up. We haven't talked in a while. We need updates. Janae, I want all of this is specifically for Janae, but it's also for all of you. When you're typing in the comments on my YouTube videos, I can see you. I can see what you're writing. And so if you're in the comments making plans with my friends, and then you wonder why we have beef, it feels like you just don't like you're trying to miss the point. I can see you. I see you. All right, now. All right. M. Dickens says, do I drive to the States? No. I don't drive. Baby, no. So I live in Mexico City. Driving here is the most chaotic thing I've ever experienced in my life. Like, people are like, oh, the city is worse. I'm like, no, I've been there. Everyone I know who's been to Mexico City will tell you it is the worst driving you have ever seen in your life. The worst driving you have ever seen in your life. So it's also like probably like a 2 or 3 day drive to the US from where I am. No. Aspen, you said no more Sephora packages. Sephora is a 10-minute bus ride away from me. There's a Sephora in every mall. And Sephora Mexico will deliver here without the duty charges. So the like going through customs issue is only a problem if it's coming from the US. I don't get things delivered from the US. If you're ordering something in Mexico, you can always do that. But I just be like, let me go to the store. Your Sephora addiction will not go away. If you want Sephora things, you're not going to cure that by moving a lot of places, because Sephora is like Starbucks. We everywhere. Let's do this. Woo. All right. Let's see. Okay, Auntie Lou, I see your question. But yeah, I don't drive. The driving here. Okay, so I owe Adelia video because I have a video on my phone, but I haven't given her. I'm a terrible friend. Ask Adelia. I have owed her this content for like 2 months, but it's on my phone and it's too much to set to text or to WhatsApp. So I have to email it. I haven't had a chance to send it. But we went to get our driver's license. When we went to get our driver's license, this is what we had to do. In every Mexican state has different driver's license requirements, as far as I can tell. In the state of Mexico, in Mexico City, where I live, we had to show our ID. I believe you need to be a citizen or have residency to get a driver's license. That's my understanding. So we had to show that we had a residency card. We show our passport, I think, our residency card, and a utility bill. And we paid a fee. Passport, residency card, utility bill, fee. What haven't you heard? What haven't you heard? Tell me, y'all. What didn't you hear? What didn't you hear? You did not hear any evidence that I know how to drive. Any evidence of a driver's test, of an exam, of a school, of a nothing. Knowing how to drive, they were like, what's your blood type? And I was like, I don't know my blood type. But you don't actually want to know that I can actually drive? When I tell you these streets are chaos, I mean it. Love it. It's like a beautiful chaos. It works. Like, I see significantly fewer accidents in Mexico City than I do in the US. Significantly fewer. Like, it's almost none. Excellent drivers here doing maneuvers that I could never do, but maneuvers. They are maneuvering. I'm not interested. I'm not interested in doing that. So no, I don't drive here. That literally, they did not ask for any evidence that I'd ever even seen a car before. Do I know what the pedals do? Do I know how to turn a wheel? Are there rules of the road? Who cares? Come get this driver's license. You have a utility bill and some cash? Holler. I said, this. I see why I go through what I go through. Okay, so Roxanne, who I believe, because she lived in Mexico City for a long time, said driving in Panama City is worse. All right, now, good to know. Good to know. It's rare that anyone who's been in multiple places will say something is worse in Mexico City. So if Roxanne says Panama City is worse, I'm already nauseous thinking about it. I don't think this is a money grab. I don't because it wasn't a lot of money. It was for what it was, it's a very low amount of money. It's not it wasn't like there's a trick and you just as long as you pay us money, we don't care. It was very much like, you'll be fine. Like, there are why would we give you a driving test when there are no real rules? When nobody follows any real rules, why would we give you a driving test? Right? Like the fee was more like a processing fee. It wasn't like this exorbitant amount where it was like, you're really just in it for the money. It was very much like there are 3 of us were in and out of the DMV, I think in like 20 minutes. They were processing, filling it out, doing this, checking this, doing this. Like, there was work done. And it was more like, it was a low fee. It was more like a processing fee. But I think it was like, what are we going to test you on? People doing whatever they want. Like, we know people doing whatever they want in these streets. What are we going to? What would the question be? I said, okay. All right. Yeah. Danielle says they make you take a test in Querétaro. Yeah. Every state's different. Here, not a care in the world. Nope. Oh, no proof of insurance. What's insurance got to do with driving? No, yes, in and out. When we were done, we were like, wait, that's it? Like, that's it? They were like, yeah. Now you have your card. You can, in a card in our hand. We walked out with cards in our hands in about 20 minutes. We went to pay, came back to the window, and you had to pull a number. And the minute we pulled our number, they called our number. Like, each one of us, 3 of us, each one of us pulled a number. Our number was up. Time to go. We're ready for you. What is this efficiency? What? This is the DMV here? We were like, okay. Okay, Shauna asked a good question. Were you obtaining a driver's license just because you could? Losing, you have to, as a foreigner, you have to have, and my license says that I'm a foreigner. You have to my license doesn't have a date of birth on it, so it's not really like proof of ID. Like if you need to prove your age, there's no age on the state of Mexico's driver's license. But I want to carry the thing with me that proves that I have a right to be in the country. Because some people don't think I'm from here. So I want to carry everything on me that proves I can be in the country that is easiest to replace if it gets lost or stolen. I told you the driver's license process. 20 minutes. Adelia had to, before this, I was carrying my residency card. Adelia was days of paperwork and hours, maybe a whole day at immigration trying to replace her residency card. So I stopped carrying my residency card and I started only carrying my driver's license with me, because you need to have residency to get a driver's license. And that not everyone might know that at first. So it's not like perfect proof of residency, but like I'm not going to be hauled away to immigration jail if I have my driver's license. That is my belief. It will not happen, because the only way to get, as a foreigner, you can't get in Mexico, in the state of Mexico, you can't get it you can't get your driver's license without having a residency card. So what is the easiest, I don't want to carry my passport with me every day because replacing it is a thing. So what's the easiest thing to replace that I can carry with me, that if I lose it, it's not like there goes 6 months of my life. Like if I lose my residency card, I can't leave the country again until I get it replaced. I can't. And if I do, I can lose my residency. So it's a really big deal to lose it. So I don't do that. I carry my driver's license with me. So, let's see. That was a great question, Shauna. Thank you for asking. Auntie Lou wants to know if I have renter's insurance. I do not. I probably should. I don't know anything about getting renter's insurance here. It's something I should look into. Let me write that down. Let me do some research and get back to y'all about renter's insurance. It's a responsible thing to do. All right. I'm gonna come back to y'all about renter's insurance. I don't know if it's a thing that happens here. All right, so Mashiko was looking at Mexico to live, but I'm getting scared because people keep saying Mexico's not safe. Looking at the news, it does not seem safe. What am I missing in regards to life in Mexico? All right, so this question comes up a lot. If you don't think it's safe, don't move. Like that seems kind of flippant, and it's not meant to be, but like safety is an illusion, right? No place is safe. Like no place is perfectly safe. Crime happens everywhere. I feel very safe in Mexico, right? I don't see more about crime here than I do in the US. It's framed differently, right? Like in the US, crime tends to be this terrible thing happened in this city, right? Or this terrible thing happened in this city. But when US news talks about foreign crime, it's like this terrible thing happened in this country, right? So we've passed city and passed state, and we've gone to this country. And so you might hear about a number of crimes in Mexico, but Mexico is very large and has a number of different states and a plethora of cities, right? And so just like you don't hear about a crime in Anchorage, Alaska, and say, well, all of the US must be unsafe because this bad thing happened in Anchorage. It's the same thing as like when people say like, oh, this happened to me in Cancun. that ain't got nothing to do with me in Mexico City. Like that just doesn't, right? And that doesn't mean that there's no crime in Mexico City. It means that there's crime everywhere, and you have to choose what crime you want to live with. Right? So yes, it may sound like Mexico's unsafe, but that is the framing of the US news. And I would invite you to pay more attention to how things are reported. And if you have a city in mind, right? If you're thinking of a specific place in Mexico, or even if you're not, start paying attention to the cities that they're talking about, not just Mexico in general. Mexico in general covers 4 time zones. It's a vast, vast land, right? There was crime in some of the border towns. There were some cartel issues, I think. Some of the border towns, they were burning cars and stuff. A month or two ago. But that doesn't impact me because that's like me living in Denver and being like terrified because there's crime in New York. Okay. Right? Like, I'm probably not going to be like, that sounds like a great place to live right now. But I told y'all, I don't really do border towns in any country. It's not for me. So yeah, you're looking at Merida. Merida was the safest city in North America for a long time, and I think it might still be. So listen, and so pay attention to the news and see when they talk about crime in Mexico, listen to how they frame it and how they shy away from saying specific places. Or like when people tell you Mexico's not safe, ask them where, right? If someone says like, oh, I would never move to Mexico, it's not safe. Ask them what city, why they believe it's not safe and what specific city they're referring to. If they're referring to the whole country, stop listening to them. Stop listening to them. They don't know what they're talking about, right? If they're like, I wouldn't, like, it's not safe to live anywhere there, that is not a human who knows what they're talking about. They are not speaking from a place of knowledge. They're speaking from a place of fear. And if you want to like invite that fear into your life, that's on you. But that's like you're looking at moving to the safest place in North America. That includes the US. It's safer than any city in the US. Are you worried about crime? I mean, yeah, there's crime. There's crime anywhere. You gotta decide what crime you want to live with. All right, I saw someone else say, ask about Merida. My mom lives there. She loves it there. It was too hot for me. That's literally the only thing. I'm not doing that heat. No, thank you. But besides general discomfort from the heat, it seems like a cute little town. You know, it seems cute. The people who live there really love it. I don't love it, but we're not supposed to all love the same things, or we would all live the same lives, right? I love Mexico City. And I'm going to tell y'all again, Mexico City ain't for everybody. It's not for everybody. It's half the people that come here are like, never again. I will never do this. I'm not interested. And half the people who come here are like, I love it. It's amazing. Right? So uncomfortable. Standing on the sun. The Yucatan, it is the sun is right here. Just oppressive. It's oppressive heat. It wasn't for me, but the people there love it. My mom loves it. She's building a life there. Everyone who lives there adjusts to it. Let's see. Ba, 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 ba. NB2 says, whatever average temperatures where you live, how many seasons are there? There's like 1.5 season in Mexico City. It'll right now, I don't know what it is right now because I haven't been here. Let's check what the weather is doing. This is November. And the high tomorrow is, I think today's high is going to be over. So the high tomorrow is 77, the low is 52. There's a very short time, maybe a week or two, maybe a week in May, early May, I think, maybe earlier than that, sometimes March, but just like a week where it'll hit 90, like maybe 91, and that's it. The rest of the time, you're talking like low 70s to mid 80s as like the highs year round, and low 40s as like the low year round. Mexico City doesn't typically most places in Mexico City, unless you're staying in a hotel or a very posh place, most places don't have air conditioning or heat. I don't have air conditioning or heat. I have fans and I have space heaters because I don't need air conditioning and heat. My fans this year have been on maybe like 4 days, and my space heaters maybe 10 all year round. Like from January, since January to now, for 14 days I've maybe adjusted the temperature. Otherwise, I can just open my sliding glass door if it's hot, and it's fine. It's a very temperate climate, which is why I live here. All right. All right, let's see what the rest of these questions are. I've started a bunch. Let's see. Abraham, I don't know if you're still here, but you said, have you sparked a love life with a Mexican in Mexico yet? No, but coming back from this trip, I've decided that I would like a handful. I think the idea was that I want a Mexican boyfriend, but now I think I would like a handful of Mexican boyfriends. I'm open to a handful. Of Mexican boyfriends, 2 handfuls. So let's see how this goes. But y'all know how I am about dating. So I've got to get past some mindset things and talk to people. Okay, Julia, I answered your question about made it in Mexico. Auntie Lou says, if I wanted to be near Mexico City but without the noise, what would you suggest? Querétaro, San Miguel, Puebla. There are a lot of, it's really hard to suggest it without knowing what you're looking for besides less noise, right? Like there are people who say they can find places in the city without noise, but I don't know those places. But if less noise is what you're looking for, I think there are places. You just have to, like, it's important to figure out what you're looking for. A lot of these places for me are just like, I like the vibe or I don't. Like I like the vibe in San Miguel. I don't like the vibe in Querétaro. And that could be me not finding what I needed because I didn't know how to find it, right? But the times I went, I was like, this isn't a place I would live. That doesn't mean there's anything wrong with it. It's just not for me, right? It's for a lot of people. It's not for me, but people love it. So yeah, I think you have to check out places and see what you think because every town is going to be like significantly different. Monica Adelina says, we'll be in Mexico next month. Do I need a rental for sure to complete the process or will Airbnb do? I don't know what process you're talking about. You might be talking about residency or you might be talking about just coming in and trying to stay for a long time in case they ask your address. Airbnb will do for that. What they really want to see if you're talking about residency is a utility bill. And a lot of times you can just ask the person, the Airbnb host, for a utility bill. But I would ask before I come down if it's possible to use a utility bill as proof of address. Sometimes they won't even look at it. Sometimes they will. When we did our driver's license, I don't remember them looking at it closely when I did my residency. When we did our driver's license, they were like, "We need to see the bill, and we're going to write down the exact address on the bill as your driver's license address." All right. Simone Gile asked, "How many days and nights was I camping?" We were on the beach 3 nights, 4 days, and then in the city 1 day on each end of it. Good times. Tanae wants to know more about the brand deal for the trip. It was a gifted trip. So someone asked how much it cost. Girl, I don't know. It was gifted to me. So I can make content about it. Aren't we excited? Isn't that exciting, y'all? It was gifted to me. But so if you came to Exodus Summit, you know that we talked so much about collaboration. This was gifted to me because the owner of the company met Lauren, because they're both in the adventure travel world. Lauren, who I introduced you to in the beginning, Outdoorsy Diva, follow her. And she was like, "Do you know someone else would be a good fit?" And she was like, "Rashida would." I've never met Lauren in person. We've been on boards together. She spoke at the first Exodus Summit. She is someone I consider an online friend, now a real life friend. But this was one of those, like, being kind to others and not looking at people as competition, but instead finding ways to collaborate will get you far in life. And so I got a gifted multiple nights under the stars experience because someone put my name out there. And yes, to Black women, like standing up for each other and saying, yes, she's the one. Very excited about that. But I spoke to the company owner. She thought I would be a good fit, and then we did it, and it was excellent. Question: how did I furnish my apartment? A lot of trial and error. I don't generally. A lot of I was furnishing my apartment in the height of the pandemic, so I knew I was going to spend a lot of time at home. So I picked an apartment I knew I would really love being in because my view is fantastic. And I picked furniture that I knew, like I picked the most important thing about my couch was that I could lay on it all day. As a fan, like we couldn't go anywhere. Everything was closed, right? So like my requirement was that I could lay on it all day. My bed, mattress and bed frame, and my couch are from Liverpool. It's a department store here. I had to do a lot of shopping around for a couch because a lot of the furniture I found was less comfortable than I wanted it to be. I found a place that had a really comfortable couch, and they were pretty, like the answer of like, it has to be custom built and you can get it in like 2 months, basically, which may have been 2 months. It was like 30 business days. It's like 45 days, but like, really? Is that really am I really going to get it in 30 business days? Or will there be delays? What's going to happen? And I'd been I had an air mattress as a bed and air mattress as a couch for like a month because furniture stores were closed for a while here. And then I was like, I'm not waiting anymore. Let me go someplace that has furniture in stock and get furniture in stock. My desk is from Amazon. My chair is from Amazon. I have a lot of stuff from IKEA. And I have a Liverpool stuff. And then my guest room bed is from Sears. There's a Sears down here. Kind of there. Yep. So shopping around is how I furnished it. So MB2 said, do I live in a pre-furnished apartment? No, because a lot of them were really ugly. And I knew I was going to be inside a lot and I wanted to feel good about my space. A lot of the furnished apartments, I was like, I'm not living in this. It's like, I don't have to love someone else's style, right? That doesn't mean that my style is better. It means my style is different. And I don't want to live in your style. I don't want to like step into what you thought would be nice for your renters. I don't want that. I don't like it. I would walk in places and be like, nah, girl. And my realtor was like, but no, girl, absolutely not. No, I'm not doing this. Mm-mm. And a lot of them, this place took the cake because of the view, and it was empty. I could furnish it myself. Like I walked in and I was like, this is the one. My mom was with me, and she was like, because we had looked at a bunch of places together. She was like, yeah, this is the one. This is the one. A lot of places, like my view would be someone else's apartment. And so having like a real view out, I can see for miles from my, I can't see for miles. If I put on the glasses, maybe I can. But yeah. There were a lot of apartments that I was like, no, this is just like at a different time I might have done it, but not now. Yes, I will have a handful and not know their names. They'll all have nicknames. It'll all be the same nickname. If you're watching this, baby, I love you. If you're watching this from the future, baby, baby 1, 2, 3, or 4, it's always been you. All right. So, what got me thinking that I want to have a Mexican partner for the time being is that I want someone that I can comfortably travel the country with that is like open to new things and like has experiences here and can show me things like right like I want to get out of my foreigner bubble, which I try to get out of, but I really want to be consistent next year with learning significantly more Spanish, although on the Uber ride home me and my Uber driver were talking and I was conjugating. I was giving the right tense. Normally I get really screwed up, but he spoke slowly and he paused to let me answer. And I was like, this is the difference. When I don't feel flustered, I can get out the right tense. I can come because he's giving me the time and the space. I'm halfway there. I could answer all his questions. We could talk about it. The answers came out correctly with the right word choice. I said, okay, this is what I need. Slow it down. But typically when a lot of times, my experience in Mexico City is when I ask someone to slow down, they look at me like they're confused and then hit the same speed or faster. Like I'm saying all the words correctly, but like the idea that they're speaking too fast is like, she must be stupid, right? She's kind of slow, so like whatever. Repeat it at the same speed, and I'm like, no, this is okay. All right, okay. See what I can do. Y'all know me. Y'all know me. Okay, let's talk about the chef. The chef at the camp, Ricardo. The first night we had some coconut shrimp with some mashed sweet potatoes with a tamarind sauce, with bacon in a tamarind sauce. And he was cute. And he was 6'5". Now, I don't like tall men. It's not my thing. Anything over 6, I'm like, that's just a lot of, for why? For who? I don't need all that. But in this country, 6'5" and the professional chef? I said, oh, he must have all the ladies. All of them. All the ladies. Now, I'm telling all this business. Ricardo, if you're ever watching this video, sorry. I heard he's from Guadalajara. And I had heard in the past that the men from Guadalajara are taller. I don't know that for sure, but it is something I've heard. So when I saw him, I was like, It's making sense. 6'5" from Guadalajara, professional chef. Cute. I said, oh, Ricardo. All the ladies. All right. Miss Callie wants to know if Marrakesh is set in stone as the next meetup location. Nothing's set in stone. Until we tell you it's set in stone and we have dates. You know us. If we start doing it, Marrakesh becomes too difficult or we can't find the right things to do, we don't change it. We're going to change it. So that's what we'd like to do, but not for sure. Belinda, that is not wallpaper covering my walls. That is paint. I painted that by hand. I have a video of it. I was like, I'm going to make a video of myself painting it. So I recorded it all, and then I've done nothing with it. But that's all. That's hand painted. Oh, Belinda and Elle asked at the exact same time. I do not have Ricardo's WhatsApp. The Uber driver volunteered to be one of my Mexican boyfriends because he was like, "Do you have a boyfriend?" And I was like, "No, but I want some." He was like, "What?" I was like, "I want it. I want, a number of them." And he was like, I said, "Oh, you a little old, a little tiny bit, a little tiny bit." Although my husband's old. Amber, I don't think he was I don't think Ricardo was a foreigner. I didn't ask the question because he was standoffish. That's not fair. The guys who worked at the camp worked. They were working. So like we had guides who were with us who were social and spent time with us and talked to us and hung out with us and went kayaking and we heard their life stories. And then there were men at the camp who were like, I am here to labor. I'm about to labor. And when I'm not laboring, I'm about to be eating or sitting down and minding my business. And so Ricardo was one of the guys who was like always working. They cooked us breakfast, lunch, dinner. In the heat here in a tent with the fire. Ricardo was like, I'm not here for social hour. I'm here to put food on the table. And I appreciate that. Thank you, Ricardo. You're the best. All right. All right. Lori wants to know how many COVID shots is Mexico required to get into or stay in the country? None. All right. Yeah, that's hand painted. I saw Francesca Ramsey on Twitter. I've been trying to do a mural, and I was looking for a woman to do a mural, but the prices they quoted, I was like, maybe no. I saw Francesca Ramsey, Cheska Lee on Instagram, do something like this with blue paint, and the minute I saw it, I was like, I could do that with gold paint. And so I have it on this side of my wall, and I have another side of the wall over there. It's over there as well. And I don't think my landlord knows. Well, my landlord's realtor has seen it, so she might know about it or she might not. I don't know. I didn't say anything. I was like, I'll paint it. There's a tub of paint in my laundry room that was left over, I think, from when I moved in. So if when I leave, I can paint over it. But I'm not. This was definitely a beg forgiveness issue. Yes, I saw Janae. I saw Roxanne's question. I'm going to get there. How long did it take me to paint that? Maybe like 2 hours on each side. I did one on one day and one the next day, or did I do both the same day? I don't remember. It didn't take very long. Okay. Hey, Nissa. Roxanne's question is, I was waiting to get through some of the more general questions before we got into this one. I think it's deep. What is one piece of advice you would give someone starting a YouTube channel? Great question. My advice would be to find somebody to learn from and learn from them before you start your channel. Stephanie, we talked about Bethany Berry earlier in this video, but her cousin, Stephanie Perry, is my YouTube coach. And I've told you guys this before, I'm stubborn. So I ignored her advice for a very long time. And when I stopped ignoring her advice, my channel took off. Which is why when I'm like, I have a YouTube question, I just be like, hey, Stephanie. I text her. Now, if you can't text her, you might want to pay for one of her programs. Stephanie, you can drop links here, right? If you're still here, drop a link to your program. You know I don't have it. You know I don't have it available. She has one. Let me see if I can find this now. You hear me typing? That's how I sound when I type. Aggressively. Yes. So there's a program and she has a challenge. I think the challenge is available for sign up now, but I never really know what time it is. So it is a masterclass. Now this is not a plug. Okay, there we go. YouTube Success Challenge waitlist. All right. Sandra says take the class. I did. Now, oh, Roxanne's in the challenge. Okay, well. Okay, so that if you're not in the challenge, I recommend, because I got my start, like my challenge took off after listening to Stephanie. So I'm always going to say, listen to Stephanie, right? But we don't all resonate with the same people. So if you're like, I don't know about Bethany Berry, right? You wouldn't say that because she's pretty awesome. But if you did, I would say find somebody else, right? Don't do it alone. You don't have to do it alone. I think why a lot of people flounder on YouTube is they're trying to do it alone and they end up doing too much, like spending energy doing things that aren't making them progress. And so definitely the answer for everybody is find someone to learn from. I recommend Stephanie Perry and her YouTube Success Challenge. I'm always going to recommend her. If that's not it for you, find somebody else, right? Find somebody else who resonates with you and learn from them. But so that's number one. Number two is start, right? Like number two is put the excuses to the side. And I'm not saying this is you, Roxanne, because I don't know if you have any excuses, right? Because we haven't talked about this. What I will say is that a lot of people are like, oh, after I get a nice backdrop, right? Or after I get a new camera, or when I make a bunch of videos, when I do this, when I do that, when I frequently, when I need to record, I'm like, but I have a pimple. I'll be like, I want to record it, like not live. Live, I'm just like, whatever, y'all see me. You get what you get. Very much I'm a person who's like, oh, but I have a giant pimple on my forehead, so I'm not going to record this video now because the video's going to be around forever. Don't be like me. Be better than me, right? Make better decisions. Just start. There's a value in starting and continuing, right? Knowing what you want to talk about and talking about that thing so the algorithm knows what you talk about and can recommend you to people who are interested in that thing. Talk about a thing you're interested in. Talk about it continuously. I talk about a couple things. I talk about career breaks. I talk about Mexico City. I talk about my life in general. But the algorithm knows to recommend me to people who want to take career breaks and who want to move to Mexico City or move to Mexico in general. That's probably how a lot of you found me. Do it consistently. Just start. Talk about a thing. Do it consistently, right? And consistently doesn't mean every day. It doesn't mean every week. It means whatever you want it to mean, right? The algorithm will understand that this is your posting frequency and you're doing it like that. If you fall off, the algorithm's gonna be like, I'm gonna show you. You not doing no work, I'm not doing no work, right? If you want people to see your videos, you would make videos and you're not doing that, so no one's gonna see your video. The algorithm is petty, but it's the best algorithm around, right? On IG, I don't see nobody's content. IG is like, look at the sponsored ad. That's all you need to see is a sponsored ad. At least when YouTube gives me an ad, it's like serving it up in front of something else it thinks I want to see. It's suggesting things, right? So start. Whatever your reason for not starting, ignore it. Get past it. Don't be afraid of really crappy videos. If you look at the beginning of my channel, please don't. The videos are not good. I was all over the place. I'm still all over the place. Y'all know this. The live videos start all over the place every Sunday, but like the content is more themed now, right? I know what I'm talking about. Start, be consistent. Do it. Okay. You have to actually make videos. All right, what are we talking about today? Any other questions? I saw a question about where to take Spanish lessons in Mexico City. Let me add that to the videos. I actually don't like my current life doesn't lead to, I don't have a life that lends itself to consistency. So things like regular Spanish lessons. I wanted to do a Spanish program. There's a UNAM. There's a school. The college here has a Spanish program. It is at, there's in the comments, in Google's, but it was like I was here, but it was before the summit, and I was like, I can't commit to like 2 hours a day, 5 days a week of classes, because Stephanie Perry's going to be like, so you're not coming to this meeting because you're learning Spanish? And not just that, because we talk about this all the time. And I hope you guys really understand this. Like before the summit, like there's nothing else in my life. Next year, if we do this again, I will have to put my handful of boyfriends to the side because there's nothing exists. But like put blinders on, and I go to sleep working on some of stuff. I wake up working on some of stuff, and so I knew that I couldn't do Spanish classes and like at a regular interval. And now that I'm out of that time, I'm traveling a lot through the end of the year and the beginning of the year, so I don't have time for like even weekly stuff. Like I want to take weekly swim classes. I want to take weekly Spanish classes, but I'm gone like every other week for like the next 3 months or more, or a month at a time in December, right? So I need to figure out what a good program will be. But UNAM's program, I hear, is really, really good. Marilyn asks what technical equipment, such as camera, cell phone, is needed to use or begin YouTube. Whatever you have that has a camera built in. If it's a phone, it's a phone. I have a phone and a tripod. I travel with a small portable tripod. Please, let me see if I can find it. Oh, my knees are bent. I know I'm old. No. I don't know. Let me see. So for the trip I was on today, I interviewed 5 people with this and this. I'll edit it together with the video editing software that came on my computer. That's it. To start, don't do that. Guess what, y'all? So Todos Santos is the town where we stayed. We're in Mexico. And when we got there, got back on the last day, we went to a store, got some stuff. And when I was in the store, I didn't get these here, but in I'm assuming Mexican-owned store in a tourist town in Mexico, I saw these. Who remembers these? These are affirmation cards. I'm Everything affirmation card deck by Teresa Clark. Now, the reason I was surprised by these is these are created by a Black woman. It's a Black woman-owned company. And I saw affirmation cards by a Black woman for sale in Mexico. I was like, life is beautiful. Okay, so I feel like we should pull a card. I meant to do this in the beginning. I was like, isn't that wild? Okay, Teresa. All right now. So if you did the all access pass, not this year, you did the early bird bonus last year, was a package that included these cards. So we're going to pull one real quick. Diamond has them, Janella has them, and Nissa has them. Okay, I will drop the link to that tripod, which actually Adelia told me about, but I don't have her link, so I'm going to give you my link. Let's see. This one is one I really, really like. Let's see if it'll show me one that I've already purchased. You know how it's like, you bought this, blah, 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 blah. Orders. While I move those around. When did I buy that? I think it was 2022. After we went, she had it when we went to Puebla. So around my birthday, that was May. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom. So yeah, talking about equipment, use what you have, because you don't want to buy a bunch of equipment and then be like, I don't really like this, right? Did I not get it from Amazon? It's not showing up. Oh, wait, let's see all products here. Oh, I can't find this. Hold on. Your orders. I didn't buy it from Amazon Mexico, did I? I might have bought it from Amazon Mexico. Let's see. So to switch, there's a thing you can do in the thingy and switch country region. And so I'm changing country region to Mexico and see if it'll pop up. Because all the orders don't show up at the same time. If I bought it on the Mexican site, I've got to find it in Mexico. So let me see. My orders and Mexico orders. I'm not logged in. This is the pain in the behind. Yeah, I bought it here. All right. So now let me find the name of it so I can find it on the US site and give you the US link, because y'all do not want the Mexican link. The thing I hate about Amazon is they're like, I know what you're searching for, but let me serve up 47 other things that are not the thing you're looking for before you get there. All right, while I'm looking for that, let's pull a card and see what our affirmation is for today. This is it. Okay, the card is, it says, I am connected. I have more in common with others than I realize. I seek commonality with people rather than focusing on outward differences. I am connected. So take from that whatever you want. So it's special to me because I spent the week connecting with people, right? Like disconnecting from like the internet and people and like noise, right? And work. I had to tell Stephanie, like, I ain't doing no work because I won't have internet. So I disconnected from all that stuff and I connected to the humans I was with. And my card is I'm connected. Our card is I'm connected. Yay. All right. Let's see if I can find brands. Stupid. This is stupid. This is stupid. Okay, it's not showing me the exact one, so I'm going to give you the closest one I see to it. I don't know why the Amazon, it's very bizarre. But I really like this one. I'll show you why in a second. This looks like the closest one. The brand I used, the one I have, isn't showing up in the US. I don't know why. So let me drop that link to the selfie stick. Boom. This is I connected with a man. I connected with men. Men's. Don't like getting all that. Men's. All right. There's something else I was going to tell you guys. Oh, I was laughing earlier because NB2, I think, asked about the full focus planner. I have not done anything over here this whole time. These have been sitting here since before I left. It's my stack of full focus planners. I told you guys I wanted to go through them before the end of the year and see some stuff. What was in there, things I had let drop, see what I wanted to pick up. And I really like them for that. It's easy for me to go through and what were my goals last year? What did I do? What did I not do? They're all like there. So I laughed earlier, but I forgot to tell you guys that I have 7 on my desk right now, waiting for me to do something with them. Okay, Shauna. I don't know if Teresa is the person that Janice used, but apparently Puerto Vallarta is a place to get your residency because in Mexico City, our facilitator wasn't even allowed to go inside immigration. In Puerto Vallarta, the facilitator went in there and did everything. Answered the question, all the paperwork was done by them, and Janice and them just went inside and got photos done. And I was like, I was in there struggling with my Spanish. And the guy wasn't even allowed to come in with me. And they were like, no, we didn't. We just came in and got our photo taken, did our fingerprints. So if that was Teresa, blessings. Pay her. Right? Like, not having to struggle through that. It's a person Halisi used. Ask Halisi what her process was. And if Teresa went in for her, because Yes, get it, Marilyn. Get that list. MB2, no, I hand painted. I painted like a 2 or 3 inch stripe and moved on to the next one on the wall. It's hand painted. Y'all, this is the way. Someone DM me Teresa's info. Whoever got it. Shauna, keep me on Instagram and send me her info. Please, 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 please. Okay, Colette. So Colette got the early bird bonus for the all access pass holders this year. And that was Rest is Resistance, a manifesto by Tricia Hersey, the Nap Bishop from the Nap Ministry. And she's reading it and she loves it. We honestly love hearing that because we really try, you guys know this with Exodus, we really try to pour into Black women through Black women. Like, we want you to get beauty in the world channeled through Black women. And so you're reading the book. Yay for reading the book, because that means we bought the book, right? Like, so she got sales, right? And you're getting a lot from the book. And this is why we're here. That's why we're here. We're conduits for all of this beauty happening. Listen, Alicia knows the deal. If someone can just show up and get your pictures done, do that. Do that, because the other way is a lot harder. A lot. That's how it's done in the progressor office. Listen, in Mexico City, they're like, lead up people outside. Come inside and struggle with us. Which I kind of get and I kind of don't, because the process would be so much faster. If they would allow the professionals to do it, it would be so much faster. Oh, wait, listen. One of the things I love about Stephanie being here is because I just be talking and she's like, excuse me, miss. So here you go. Okay, so we are last 2021, March. We did a Getting Residency in Mexico workshop. We're doing it all over again, November 17th. So if you have questions about residency, about the process, about what you need to do, and this is even if you're going to pay someone to do the process for you, this is a good idea. This is a good workshop to let you know what to expect. If you purchase the all access pass, you already have a ticket to this. You're already in there. We got you. If you purchase the all access pass to Exodus Summit in 2022, you will get an email with everything you need to know to come to this session. If you did not purchase the all access pass in 2022, we have started selling tickets, I believe. I don't know. I was on vacation. I literally don't know. Yes, there's a link. So we're selling tickets. It's November 17th. It'll be hosted by Rashida Dow and Adelia Aborashade. And we will be here walking you through the process, giving you details, and adding some things that we didn't do last time. So we are super excited about this updated workshop, because I know a lot of people who are watching this channel are thinking about residency in Mexico, and this workshop is going to give you the answers to your questions, and it's going to, I don't want you to get taken in. There are some really amazing facilitators, and then there's some other humans, right? Because in every place, in every business, there are people who do work really, really well, and then there are some other people, right? And even if you're using a facilitator, I want to equip you with the information that will make you a better customer, so that if you're going to facilitator, and you're having these conversations, you understand what is true, what is false. You understand what the process should involve. You understand what the process should cost. You're very clear on the fees and the requirements on either end. I want that for you, right? Because every once in a while I hear from someone and I'm like, what did your residency cost you? Girl. You got tooken. Tooketh. You were tooketh. And I don't like that. And so this workshop, a lot of people use this workshop themselves to like get residency themselves. Like it was when we did it in 2021, it was everything they needed to know to get residency. Since then, some offices have been allowing people to, back then, a lot of offices weren't allowing people to come inside to help because of COVID. Since then, more offices have opened it up. So you can hire someone to do all the work for you. But I feel like this is one of those places where you want to have a better idea of what the work is. So you have a better idea of what you're paying for, what's right, what the fees are. And when they tell you these things, you know they're true. So don't miss this workshop. Hold up. The all access pass keeps giving. We tell y'all. Keeps giving because we don't play. We don't play. It's not for everybody. Some people will say, oh, it's too much money. But if you want what's in it, it is super undervalued. It's like anything. Like it's a package of things. If you value the things inside, it's way underpriced. If you don't package, if you only want like one of the things inside, probably don't need it. So T on the renewal process for Mexico, I used a facilitator, but he couldn't go inside because, Mexico City, Alicia, you already know that. But he did all the work for me. So that's what I recommend. I'm gonna do that. We have to know who we are and how we do. Now, Aspen, I know you're not going to play yourself next year. I know this. I know you're not going to play yourself next year. You didn't know. You didn't know this year. You know now. You know now. You know now. We don't play around when it comes to that pass. Value. So yes. So if you have the all access pass, you get the replay of the French residency and a replay of the Portugal residency, but you get a brand new Mexico residency workshop. Roxanne, I'm gonna have to ignore your comment because I could not figure it out. Occasionally, generally, y'all, occasionally there's information about the process online that people who've been through the process cannot make heads or tail of, cannot at all figure out what's going on. And that could be misunderstandings somewhere, maybe in the messaging or in the process, or different offices might do things different ways. But we were all there like, I don't understand what's happening here. I'm very confused. So yeah, sometimes you'll see things and it doesn't make sense, which is why I want you to come to a single source, like get information that you can trust. And you can trust me, Nadelia. If you're here, you probably already trust me. I hope you trust me. We're going to give you the good information. The good information. So if you don't already have your ticket, get your ticket for it. Get your ticket for it. Hey, Mika, I see you saying it was citizenship that you had to take the test for. This woman said it was residency. Like the messaging was that it was not citizenship, it was residency. And we were like, but there's no test. But that could have been a different thing that was happening in that office. Or she could have citizenship and not know it. I don't know. Even booking an appointment is big hot trash. Do you have an appointment already, Angel? Did you work that out? Did you get one? because we haven't talked in a while. The website is not user friendly. It's not user friendly. Not at all. All right. Yeah, it's not soon enough. Come to the workshop. Ba, 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 ba. Ba, 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 ba. All right. J Rose, you love the summit. Thank you. We love doing it for you guys. And then breaking afterwards. Get back to our lives of ease. All right. We've been talking for about 2 hours. I've been up since very early this morning. Okay, so when I first got to the campsite, I was like, it was hard to sleep the first night because it was really windy. I could hear the wind and the rain. It was all the stuff. Night 2 and night 3, I don't know if it was the heat or the sun or the snorkeling or the waves putting me to sleep, but the minute my head hit the pillow, I was out. I was out. I was unconscious. My head hit the pillow and I was like, what's going on? And then I got back. We stayed in a hotel last night. I couldn't sleep. So I'm hoping today in my bed I'll be able to sleep. But I don't know. Yeah, so Sonia, we'll talk about the dollar amounts and anything we know about what's going to change for next year. We might not know a lot. Usually things are announced like at the beginning of January, but we will we'll give you what we know. We're giving it to you this year. Not soon enough, got an appointment in Laredo, Texas, tried for San Antonio for over a month. People have been trying to get appointments for months. It's just not happening. It's just not happening. Okay, friends. It's 9 o'clock. If you know me, you know my head is normally like, I got the scarf on, the makeup off, and I'm cuddling into bed around this time. So I'm going to say goodnight. Membership, lovely people in the membership. We're not talking tonight. Maybe sometime this week. But right now, I want to cry, but I'm not sleeping under the stars. So beautiful. Very few bug bites. It was windy, so the wind kind of blew the bugs away. Very few bug bites. Angel was denied her. Wait, were you denied your appointment or denied residency? I'm gonna have to text you. Because that denied in all caps has me asking questions. And yeah, so membership. I have a YouTube membership where we go into things in more it's not specifically, it's not about YouTube. We just talk about like stuff behind the scenes to get a little extra. They get some content during the week, some private videos that no one else has seen. There's a link to join it, should be in the description. We'll probably do like a short live during the week since we're not doing one today. Thank you for tuning in, Roxanne. Thank you everyone for watching. Thanks for bearing with me because my schedule's been a mess the past few weeks. I told you that I was having an eye irritation last Sunday. A couple things that are not great for it are dehydration and lack of sleep. So going to the heat, I was in an eye patch, not like on the boat. There were a couple times on the boat where I was like, it's windy already, so I don't want all that wind in my eye because it's already irritated. So like a couple pictures of me like in an eye patch. So I was a pirate. We joked about me being a pirate. So yeah, so I've been like navigating health things, but also while having an amazing time and like being led to mermaids by dolphins. So I hope it's a great week for you. I'm hoping for a great week for myself, and I will talk to all of you later. Thanks for hanging out. Bye.